Hey angels, I hope you're well. This is for my Pisces sun, moon, and risings, and I already love the energy that you're coming through with right now. There may be a little anger in it because it's definitely, sorry, I think there we go. There may be a little bit of anger in it because it's just such like a driving force right now. I'm getting like revenge body or like divorce glow up, like those kinds of vibes. Um, I got the song Uncontrollable Urge by Devo, which I think is more so just like highlighting that energy that I'm feeling. And then I got I'm Not Gonna Teach Your Boyfriend How to Dance with You. I think the band's called Black Kids. But it's also like that kind of ties into what I was feeling about like revenge body, divorce glow up, because it's like there may be someone that is kind of has toyed with your emotions or hurt you in some capacity, or it's like unrequited and you're like, no, I'm not going to be the one to like just be the shoulder for you to cry on if this isn't reciprocal. So it's like you're very much calling your power back to yourself with that. I'm also getting the number 18. You could be 18, just something with like the date of the 18th. um, Also, something about possibly your cycle syncing with the full moon. Um, Let me see if I wrote anything else down. So, the only other thing I wrote down was like getting back into the gym. But again, that goes with like the glow up stuff. And it doesn't have to be like a physical glow up, but there does feel to be some intention with how you're coming across right now. Perhaps glamour magic could be relevant. Um, Also, I read for everyone, he, she, they. I know I mentioned your period syncing up, but if you don't get a period, that is fine too. Let's see what the cards have to say, because this is very interesting energy. And if you haven't seen me before, my name is Katie. I'm from In Angelhood Readings. I'll never DM you first. If you ever want to book a reading with me, you can only do so at my wedding. This is the second time I've done that. You can only do so at my website in angelhoodreadings.com. Just saw 222 on the timer. I keep accidentally saying wedding. There is no wedding in my life right now. But when I'm talking about your energy, Pisces, we have the Fool with the Four of Swords. So it's almost like you're choosing peace, right? Like this new way of life for you is you choosing peace. You're not going to be caught up, on any one person. You're choosing you and your well being. And it almost might be after this period of playing side character for a while, you're like, no, it's time for me to go and start my own adventure. Um, that is the energy I feel like you're in right now. It's like you're wanting something for yourself. We have the moon card. We have the moon card. Okay, this is your card or one of your cards, Pisces. But I'm getting to, aside from me literally talking about you possibly syncing up with the full moon, um, but it's like you're shattering the illusion of the role you thought you were meant to play. Um, I think you're seeing that your role is bigger, justice, and it's like the scales are finally balancing because you are recognizing your worth. And that is what Spirit has been waiting on you to do. Yeah, and I want to take the Nine of Swords that's on the bottom with the Six of Cups here. I feel like you're replaying a lot of old things, regretting past ways you let people treat you and things that you didn't stand for inside, but you didn't like take action against it happening. You're mulling over some regret right now and a broken heart too, and it almost might be there may be two significant past relationships that are kind of leading you, like have gotten you where you are now, where like you know that you will not accept less. You have like a certain standard now that must be met, and it's more so of an energetic standard of how you want to feel when you're around certain people, whether that's new romantic partners, new friendships, even like work environments. You have a new standard for where you will place yourself and where you know you need to remove yourself from. because you've been the wounded warrior. You've been knocked down more times than you can count, and you're still standing. Thank God for that. But it's time for you to take control. We have the Fool and the Magician here, the first two cards of the tarot. And it's like you are choosing to accept a new adventure, and you're also doing it your way this time. And not your way with what you're comfortable with, but your way of what is the life and who is the person that you always wanted to be. You're not going to wake up and be them. You have to make the choices that are aligned with who that person is. Okay? We have the Seven of Swords and the Empress. Your divine feminine energy has been wounded. It has been brought about from betrayal, from people moving in weird ways around you, sneakiness, and you know how to discern that now, okay? You have been granted, you have accessed the power of discernment because you're trusting yourself more, and you're trying to avoid any more Three of Swords heartbreak moments. You've been through enough. I don't think it's ordained for you to go the rest of your life with those over and over again, but you have to recognize the pattern to break it. You have to recognize where you may be blinding yourself a little bit because of comfortability. But with the Page of Wands here, we're looking for a new perspective. We're looking for a new way of doing things. We're leaning into our intuition. We're leaning into our passion. We're leaning into our creativity to get us to where we want to be, okay? We had one flip over. It's the Hierophant, and we have the Tower on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're being hit with a spiritual reckoning right now. Think of it like an awakening. This is for your highest good. This is for your highest good. The Sun, okay? The happiest card in the deck. Spirit wants to give you the good life. But you have to, that's what you have to have your sights set on. And this isn't in Knight of Swords here. This isn't in just oh, you have to think positively all the time in order for good to come in. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to take constructive action. You have to move forward with your will and your discipline to put yourself in the places and circumstances that are more aligned for what you want, and to not put up with people's shenanigans when they're doing you dirty, okay? While you do not need to put up a permanent steel wall of armor, you do need to be more selective of who you give your energy to and where you're placing that energy. Allow yourself to be independent here for a little while, because that is where you find out where your strength lies. These cards just keep popping up, and then after the Nine of Pentacles, it's the Ten of Pentacles. That's where you're going to find your happiness. It starts within first, okay? That's what I have for you, Pisces. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.